Welcome to the Binge List, fellow TV and film fanatics. I'm Greg, and I make recommendations for TV shows and movies you can access from the comfort of your own home. And today I'm bringing you 15 fantastic shows and miniseries that are perfect for a binge watch. So if you're craving comedy, action, adventure, or sci-fi, this list has something for everyone, including a few of my personal favorites. And I did a similar list back in March, not a duplication of that list. These are 15 fresh choices for you to add to your watch list, and you can check that list out later on. So as always, stop mindlessly scrolling, stop wasting your time, and let's jump in and check out this list.
The greatest superhero team the world's ever seen. The Seven.
Is there anything I can help you with?
I'm not gonna piss you about, Huey. I heard what happened to Robin.
Let's start things off with a bang with one of my personal favorites, and this is the darkly comedic and ultra-violent superhero satire that takes a ridiculous look at the superhero genre, The Boys. In a world where superheroes or supes are adored by the public and work for the powerful Vought Corporation, we meet the group of vigilantes known as the Boys, led by the ruthless Billy Butcher, played by Carl Urban, who aims to expose the dark side of these supes and the Vought corporations. The Boys clash with the arrogant and homicidal leader of the powerful superhero team, the Seven, Homelander, played by Anthony Starr, and his team of supes who abuse their power for personal gain. If you watch my channel, you know that I am a huge fan of superhero movies and superheroes in general, so one of my favorite parts of The Boys is that it has such a unique take and fresh perspective on this genre. Yes, it is superheroes, and there is action, there's adventure, there's everything you'd get in a superhero movie, but they take a very satirical approach and tackle themes of corruption, greed, celebrity worship, and the media's manipulation that is constantly surrounding these larger-than-life characters. And as you watch the series, you'll realize that there's no real wholly good or wholly bad characters in the show. They're just these complex and morally ambiguous characters on both sides of this, the boys and the supes, making it fun for you to root for and against all the different characters. But each one of the characters feels like a real person. Super, yes, but flawed nonetheless, with real problems that even feel quite relatable at times. And it wouldn't be a superhero show without intense action sequences right out of the pages of a comic book or movie. But what you're not going to catch in a Marvel or DC film is the Boys do not shy away from graphic violence, strong language, and some of the most ridiculous super moments that you will ever see on screen. So The Boys is a bold and unapologetic satire that pushes the boundaries of the superhero genre. If you're looking for a show that's not afraid to be violent, dark, and often completely over the top, then The Boys is perfect for your next binge watch, with the 4th season wrapping up here in July. Next on our list, let's talk about the Game of Thrones spin-off House of the Dragon. And it's a great time to jump into this because the 2nd season is carrying on right now, so you can catch up. But this series transports us nearly 200 years back into the Targaryen dynasty's history and chronicles the events leading up to the Targaryen Civil War, or better known as the Dance of the Dragons. At the start, we meet King Viserys, who faces a complex succession crisis while everyone around him is vying for the Iron Throne. And amidst betrayals and power struggles, tensions rise between the potential heirs, ultimately unleashing this brutal conflict that will engulf the entire realm in flames. This series, like its predecessor, has an extremely rich lore and incredible world building that amplifies the already familiar Westeros. It is cool to see the stories told in the original series come to life in this one, and they delve super deep into the Targaryen dynasty's history and the events that lead up to this infamous civil war. The show itself, it looks amazing. It boasts impressive production value, even bringing back several directors and crew members to maintain the quality and the style of the original series. House of the Dragon features grand sets, intricate costumes, and way more dragons, which to me is awesome to see because these are just these monstrous, awe-inspiring creatures that you get to see on screen. And this one has a top-notch cast, with Matt Smith leading the way with Emma Darcy, Olivia Cooke, Fabian Frankel, Rhys Ifans, and plenty of others who deliver strong performances, bringing these complex characters to life on screen. House of the Dragons offers a thrilling exploration of Westeros' past, filled with political intrigue, epic battles, and power struggles that define this land. If you're a fan of Game of Thrones or just rich fantasy worlds, then House of the Dragon is worth checking out.
I placed my heir upon the Iron Throne, and all the dragons roared as one.
My third pick is an Apple TV Plus series that I just finished up, and this is Dark Matter. This one is a sci-fi thriller miniseries that throws you into the world of alternate realities and a desperate search for home. We meet Jason Dresden, played by Joel Edgerton, who is a seemingly ordinary physicist who awakens in an unknown location with almost no memory of how he got there. He soon discovers that he's not the Jason Dresden he believes himself to be, but rather a parallel version in a different reality. As he traverses these new realities, he meets familiar strangers along the way, but Jason must unravel the mystery of how he got there and find his way back to his true light. And I did recently talk about this one in another video, so you can check that out here, but this is such an intriguing premise that it definitely belongs on this list. We get to explore parallel realities that create this sense of mystery and intrigue, not knowing what's going to happen next, with a super strong performance from Edgerton, who portrays Dresden, another Dresden, and then another Dresden, and it's super confusing, I know, with some awesome support from Alice Braga, Jennifer Connelly, Jimmy Simpson, and plenty of others throughout this series. But the story stays pretty fast-paced throughout, keeping you engaged with this constant stream of twists and turns, jumping between realities and revealing hidden truths as you get to the end. And at times it can be confusing with the parallel realities and the shifting storylines, but Dark Matter is perfect if you enjoy mind-bending narratives. Absolutely worth checking out for yourself.
Something happened to me, but you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
On to my fourth pick, which is one of the shows in this list that is not yet finished, but it is so good that I had to include it, and you can binge a majority of it at this point. This is the Jake Gyllenhaal-led legal drama miniseries Presumed Innocent. This follows Chicago Assistant State Attorney Rusty Savage, played by Gyllenhaal, who is a respected prosecutor whose world crumbles when a close colleague of his is brutally murdered. The suspicion soon falls on Rusty himself, forcing him to navigate this complex web of betrayal, media scrutiny, and a desperate fight for his own freedom. The series itself has a ton of mystery and intrigue from episode to episode. As the investigation unfolds, you learn shocking secrets about Rusty's past as his relationship with the victim comes to light, blurring the lines between what's truth, what's justice, what's faulty memory. And the miniseries itself, it maintains this sense of suspense the entire time, and it builds up each episode, keeping you guessing about Rusty's guilt or innocence throughout the investigation. And Jake Gyllenhaal's portrayal of Rusty Savage is truly captivating, capturing this character's emotional turmoil that he goes through and determination to prove his innocence. Supported by a very talented cast as well, including Ruth Negga, Bill Camp, Otifek Bentley, and Peter Sarsgaard. So if you enjoy a legal thriller with complex characters and a central mystery, then this miniseries might be worth checking out.
I did not kill her.
My next pick is a cool genre mashup that blends elements of science fiction and Western in the Outer Range. This is one that I checked out and kind of forgot about with all the options popping up all the time, but the comment section brought me back to it. Thanks again, comment section. But we follow the Abbott family in the Outer Range, led by the stoic rancher Royal, played by Josh Brolin, who faces a series of challenges on their ranch. A mysterious black hole appears one day on the edge of the property, defying explanation and sparking curiosity and fear. As the series carries on, we see tensions rise with a rival family. The Abbott family grapples with this strange phenomena, a missing family member, and the secrets buried beneath the soil. Again, this is a super unique blend of genres. The show itself combines these sci-fi elements with a classic Western setting, creating a really fresh atmosphere. And this one is a bit of a slow burn mystery for you guys, with its moments of action and excitement, but the series leans heavily into the unknown suspense, unveiling its secrets gradually, keeping you engaged with the mystery surrounding the black hole and the missing character. This is another one on the list with a strong cast, and this one actually has some known and some unknown actors. Obviously, Josh Brolin delivering the gritty and compelling performance as this stoic and troubled Royal Abbott. But you also get Imogen Poots, Tamara Bademski, Lewis Pullman, and Noah Reed, and plenty more, helping to fill out this compelling world. Outer Range is a captivating series for anyone who enjoys a slow burn mystery with a unique blend of genres, a great bingeable option if you're willing to wait for the answers.
This land, this family, it's always been kind of like a dream to me. I don't know, part of me, I guess. Figured one day I'd wake up.
So let's move forward and let's talk about The Bear, where we follow Carmy, played by Jeremy Allen White, who is a young chef with an exceptional culinary skill who returns home to Chicago to run his family's struggling Italian beef sandwich shop after his brother's death. Carmy quickly discovers the shop is in disarray, with a chaotic kitchen staff and financial woes threatening to shut it down. Determined to honor his brother's legacy and fueled by his passion for food, Carmy attempts to revamp the shop. However, he faces resistance from this staff, struggles with his own grief and anger while grappling with the pressure to succeed in a cutthroat industry. The Bear, like many of the series on this list, garnered critical acclaim, this one for the portrayal of its family dynamics and its raw and emotional performances. And the series offers a gritty and unfiltered look at the demanding and fast-paced environment of the kitchen, with its frantic energy, high stakes, and some truly colorful characters throughout. It was filmed on location in a Chicago sandwich shop, lending authenticity to its portrayal of the food industry. While not shying away from the harsh realities of the food industry, it does a great job of celebrating the passion involved in creating high-quality food. And Jeremy Allen White is perfect for this type of role and is absolutely a highlight for this one, as he embodies Carmi's journey of grief, ambition, and self-discovery, while the supporting cast adds layers of humor, heart, and drama to the narrative. If you enjoy a character-driven story and a show that doesn't shy away from the harsh realities of the world, then The Bear might be a perfect option for your next watch.
25 pounds?
No, I ordered 200.
So another show that I talked about not too long ago, but definitely deserves a place on this list, is The Mayor of Kingstown. This series dives into the gritty underbelly of Kingstown, Michigan, which is a city dependent on its large prison for the economy. The McCluskey family, led by brothers Mitch and Mike, act as power brokers negotiating deals between prisoners, guards, and gangs. They navigate a complex world of corruption, violence, and systemic issues while trying to bring order to this chaotic world. Not to repeat myself, but the show has an unflinching portrayal of a prison town, highlighting the struggles of these characters and the moral ambiguity of their actions. This one is part of a growing television universe created by director and screenwriter Taylor Sheridan, who is also known for series like Yellowstone and 1883. And the on-screen talent is just as good with this one. You've got Jeremy Renner and this supporting cast delivering compelling performances, bringing depth to these morally complex characters. Mayor of Kingstown is a compelling drama with well-written character-driven stories set in a bleak and morally ambiguous world. If you appreciate gritty realism and strong performances, this is a great option worth checking out for yourself.
What's the deal with the devil, brother?
You've been in the jaws of the beast. Someday you're gonna finish his meal.
Next, let's talk about the series Evil, which delves into the world of unexplained phenomenons, blurring the lines between science and religion. If you've never seen this one, it's a great option to binge now, with 3 full seasons available and the 4th season finishing up in August of this year. But in this one, we follow a brilliant psychologist with a troubled past who joins forces with a curious seminary in a training to become a priest. Together, alongside a blue-collar contractor, they investigate cases of supposed miracles, demonic possessions, and other mysterious events. Their task is to determine if there's a rational explanation for these occurrences or if something truly supernatural is at work. They grapple with their own skepticism while they wrestle with faith and navigate a world of ambiguity, challenging their beliefs and confronting the potential existence of evil. The show has a super unique approach to exploring this intersection of science, religion, and just the overall unexplained. It blends these topics well, and it incorporates a detective-style show with supernatural and religious elements that can lead to an almost horror-like setting. The show has a very compelling cast that fits the characters well, all with these complex and well-developed backgrounds, particularly the core trio of Katya Herbers, Mike Coulter, and Asif Manvi, who keep you engaged and invested in their journeys. Also, I really love Michael Emerson. From his days on Lost, Person of Interest, he's always this complex and mysterious figure, so he does that again in this one. And the stories in this one are truly suspenseful. The entire show has this overarching storyline, but it does fit in well into each episode as you're presented with a new case that leaves you guessing about the true nature of the events. Evil has garnered critical acclaim for its intelligent writing, its exploration of these complex themes, and the chilling atmosphere in each episode. If you appreciate a blend of science and religion with a healthy dose of investigative suspense, then Evil is an awesome option.
Orson? Baby, what's wrong?
My 9th pick on the list is one of Amazon's newest and probably one of their best original series, and this is Fallout. This live-action adaptation of the popular video game franchise takes place 200 years after a catastrophic nuclear war. The story itself, it follows Lucy, played by Ella Purnell, and Maximus, played by Aaron Moten, as they navigate a harsh post-apocalyptic world. Lucy, who ends up leaving the safety of the vault that she's lived in for her entire life, faces off against dangers and struggles of this barren wasteland for the first time. Meanwhile, Maximus is dealing with his own inner demons and motivations out in this wasteland. Together, they end up forming this unlikely alliance while exploring the irradiated ruins of Los Angeles, encountering power-hungry factions, mutated creatures, and the remnants of a lost civilization. I must say this series exceeded my expectations. Video game adaptations have significantly improved. No longer you have the disappointments that they once were. With successful adaptations that we've seen recently like The Last of Us, Sonic, the Mario Brothers movies, Fallout joins the ranks as an outstanding addition. The initial episodes being somewhat slow-paced, meticulously setting up the world, but introducing the characters before the action really kicks in. And when the action and adventure finally unfolds, it is well worth the wait. The visuals are stunning, capturing the iconic wasteland aesthetic of the Fallout games with impressive CGI and set design. And the characters themselves are truly compelling too, particularly the dynamics between Lucy's innocence at the beginning and Maximus's jaded experiences as he's lived in the wasteland his whole life. But Walter Goggins, in my opinion, is the best in the show. He shines as the ghoul character, adding a layer of intrigue to the story. So Fallout, it offers you a visually impressive exploration of a post-apocalyptic world packed with action and adventure, and the evolving relationship between these central characters provides a captivating entry point for both people who are die-hard Fallout fans of the game and newcomers to the Fallout universe like myself. Well worth checking out.
You need to go home. Vault dwellers are an endangered species. I do not think you would be willing to do what it takes to survive up here.
Like Fallout, my 10th pick is another show that I've talked about recently, but this is a newer show on Apple TV+. This is Sugar. This one is a gripping series where we follow private investigator John Sugar, who is portrayed by Colin Farrell, as he embarks on a mission to find the missing granddaughter of a renowned Hollywood producer. Sugar is not your typical private investigator. He is a man grappling with his own internal demons throughout the series. As he digs deeper into the case, he unravels a tangled web of family secrets that lead him down a dark and twisted path. What starts as a pretty straightforward investigation at the beginning of the series soon takes some unexpected and unexplainable turns throughout. And like many Apple TV productions, Sugar boasts high production values, stunning cinematography, and brilliant editing. The transitions from scene to scene are particularly impressive in the show, adding to the overall stylish feel of it. And with this series, you're going to get a story that builds with each episode, maintaining the suspense and capturing the essence of a classic detective noir film or show. You'll find all the familiar elements, the vintage car, the sharp suits, the emotional flashbacks, and of course the classic internal monologue delivered by Farrell, which provides a ton of insights, whether it's during the interactions with other characters or moments where he's by himself, that provide depth to the scenes, but also a lot of the humor with his quick wit. Colin Farrell's performance as the enigmatic and troubled Sugar is outstanding too in this one. Definitely a highlight. He infuses the character with his own natural charisma, a sense of mystery too, and even hints at something otherworldly throughout. So if you're a fan of noir crime films or shows, Sugar is a must-watch. It masterfully incorporates all the beloved tropes of the genre, while also captivating you with the performances and a thrilling mystery that keeps you guessing all the way to the end.
John Sugar.
And the sky is gray.
I'm a private investigator.
They told me that you do one thing and one thing only. You find the missing.
My next pick is another crime series, but you can find this one on Netflix, and this is Ripley. This show is a gripping psychological crime thriller based on the Patricia Highsmith's novel, The Talented Mr. Ripley. The series delves into the manipulative world of Tom Ripley, played by Andrew Scott, who is a young grifter sent to Italy to retrieve a wealthy man's son. As Ripley becomes increasingly obsessed with this man's charmed existence, his ambition and sociopathic tendencies blur the lines between reality and obsession, leading to the deadly consequences of the series. And this isn't the first adaptation of this novel. There is a 1999 film starring Matt Damon, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Jude Law, which I discovered and I watched after finishing the series. And while it's a well-made film, it doesn't delve as deeply into the characters, their motivations, and the overall story as the series is able to. But Ripley boasts a distinct and stylish production design, featuring stunning black and white visuals that capture the allure of the 1950s Italy. And I've said this before, but I'm gonna say it again, Andrew Scott's performance in this one is absolutely the best part of it. His portrayal of the complex Tom Ripley character is sometimes chilling throughout, showcasing both the casual charm and at the flip of a switch becomes this menacing psychopath. Ripley offers a stylish and suspenseful take on a story of obsession, manipulation, and murder. With its strong performances and captivating setting, it is a phenomenal choice for fans of psychological crime thrillers.
You're a very hard man to find. No address, phone, office.
The next title is a bit of a switch up compared to most of the others on this list, but this is the comedy series Hacks. This series follows an unlikely partnership between Deborah Vance, a legendary Las Vegas stand-up comedian whose career is on the decline, and Ava Daniels, who is a young comedy writer. When Ava is fired and can no longer find a job in Los Angeles, Deborah's management team sees an opportunity to freshen up her act and hires Ava to write new jokes for her. Despite their generational and comedic differences, Deborah and Ava embark on this journey together, forced to work together and navigate the complexities of the entertainment industry while developing this unexpected friendship. This one is packed full of hilarious dialogue. There's tons of sharp and witty jokes with a blend of observational humor and cutting one-liners as these two comedians go back and forth with each other. Gene Smart's portrayal of the formidable Deborah Vance and Hannah Einbinder as the brash and ambitious Ava is what makes this show great. It's their dynamic together and their chemistry with each other. They do work off of each other so well. And again, the witty dialogue is absolutely hilarious throughout. And despite the constant slew of jokes and hilarious moments, the series does explore the characters' vulnerabilities and the growth too, creating moments of genuine connection between these characters and surprising amounts of heart. So if you're looking for some laughs and you enjoy sharp dialogue, great performances, and a show that explores the complexities of this comedic world, then Hacks is absolutely worth checking out.
So cool they let you move into a cheesecake factory.
Is that where you wait tables? That seems like a better fit.
I'd rather sling bang bang chicken and shrimp all day than work here, you classist monster.
We can start early tomorrow.
Another supernatural option on this list is the Neil Gaiman adaptation Dead Boy Detectives. This is a dark comedic adventure with a unique twist where we meet Charles Rowland and Edwin Payne, who are not your typical detectives. These are two teenagers who are ghosts who have chosen to remain on Earth instead of crossing over. Stuck in the mortal realm, they find purpose by running their own detective agency, specializing in supernatural cases. They find help in the series from a clairvoyant young woman named Crystal and their friend Nico, and tackle bizarre mysteries involving ghosts, witches, and other entities that go bump in the night. I talked about this one a little bit before it was released, and the concept of the teenage ghost detective solving supernatural mysteries reminded me so much of the animes that I enjoyed growing up, like Yu Yu Hakusho and Detective Conan, but actually as a live action adaptation here. And after watching it, it definitely still gives you that same feel. And it's a really cool genre mashup of some comedy elements and some downright horror moments, where the series mixes in the dark humor with the generally creepy storylines, creating a pretty unique experience. And the show looks really good as well. It boasts stylish visual aesthetics, capturing the essence of the comic book source material, with quality effects from the ghostly moments, along with the monsters, demons, and all the other supernatural entities throughout. Dead Boy Detectives is a quirky and entertaining series for those of you that enjoy a blend of dark comedy and the supernatural. If you're looking for a show with a unique premise, then Dead Boy Detectives is worth checking out.
Allow me to welcome you to the Dead Boy Detective Agency. We help ghosts resolve their mysteries.
And last but not least, let's talk about We Were the Lucky Ones. This is a historical drama miniseries based on a New York Times best-selling novel, and it chronicles the harrowing experience of a Jewish family living in Poland on the eve of World War II. As the political climate darkens, the family faces mounting persecution and ultimately makes a difficult decision to separate, seeking refuge in different parts of Europe and beyond. And the story follows each family member's individual journey through their struggles and separation, along with the moments of hope and the enduring human spirit in the face of unimaginable hardship. This series here is probably the most emotional roller coaster on this entire list. It has the ability to invoke tons of emotion and capture the emotional turmoil faced by the characters during the dark periods of history. And those emotions are mostly brought on by the truly strong performances by this entire cast. Led by Joey King and Logan Lerman, they all deliver compelling performances, bringing the family struggle to life on screen. And I thought this to myself while watching this, but everything I read about this one said the same thing. This story takes place during a crucial historical event, and it's a very difficult subject matter to do right, but the series deals with it very well. So if you're looking for a powerful and moving mini-series about family bonds, resilience, and the human spirit overcoming adversity, then this is an absolute must-watch for you.
Of Europe is a war zone. Let our family be our light.
We leave tonight.
That is going to do it for our list today, everybody. I hope there's a show on here that piqued your interest, but you can check out some of our other recommendations right here. And I know everybody says this, but take a second to like and subscribe to the channel. It helps us get our recommendations out to others looking for great shows and movies to watch at home. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.